Morning. It's Friday, April 10th. It is raining out there. It is a weekend coming up. It is a spring weekend, one of the first, and we've got some inclement weather throughout the state of California in the mountains. We've got winter storm warnings. We've had severe thunderstorm warnings already today up in the Oroville Paradise area. There will be thunderstorms throughout the state today, and there I suspect will be severe thunderstorms. If we're already seeing them, right, the sun's not really even out, and we're seeing this unstable air, very bubbly air in the region, especially up around Butte County. We've got the latest models to look at, and we've got the winter storm warning in the mountains, which means chaining up most likely as we get into the next couple of days around Lake Tahoe. The rain coming down, the heaviest rain right now, this is live radar, the heaviest rain right now just leaving Marin County and moving up into the Maxwell area up towards Winters. Now, the rain showers are going to keep coming today. It's going to be widely scattered, so it's not going to be like a typical winter storm. There is moisture with this system, but not a ton. We'll take a look at that as well. Let's take a look at the rain that has fallen. This is California, and I wanted to this is the state. And you go, okay, where's the heaviest rain falling? Use the colors. So you go, oh, there it is right there. So if we look at, well, it's reloading, so it's updating. So if we come in a little closer, you can see Marin County coming in at almost an inch of rain already. So that just updated. There is over an inch of rain. That's all in the last little bit. So inch and a quarter, almost an inch. Mount Tamalpais, almost an inch of rain. We've got rainfall in the Bay Area, quarter inch, half inch. You get the idea. I mean, so the showers up in the foothills too, almost an inch. So this is a beneficial rainfall. Absolutely beneficial rainfall, and it's going to continue to fall right through the weekend. And there are models that you will see that anticipate more rain than that as we go down the road, like more opportunities for scattered showers. This is out in Suisun today. This is kind of how it looks at your house, right? Especially if you're north of Fresno. And the system coming through, you can see we're facing the north, so the system coming from the south. And Suisun today's got about a quarter inch of rain. They're going to end up with an inch to an inch and a half. Some of the models have been pretty aggressive in rainfall forecasting, and we'll look at that. Let me cue this up. This is live snow up in the mountains. This should work. Now, there was an inch of new snow. This is North Star, but in the last hour since I've been putting this video together, there was snow in the trees, but the snow has gone out. So it's raining up there is what my guess is why the snow came out. It's 43 degrees. They probably overnight got this snow, right, when it cooled off a little bit. But right now it's 43 degrees up above 5,000 feet, up above 6,000 feet. So the snow will come, not coming yet. This is Heavenly Valley. It is about 38 degrees here. It's actually warmer, and you can see that's the south side of the lake, so the system not there yet, but it'll get there. The rain will start, and then it will turn over to snow. Weather Service headlines, they've upped these numbers quite a bit from a couple of days ago. Rainfall totals through Sunday, and you're looking at, if you want to use this is the scale, right? So that, let's say red or orange, that orange is 4 to 6 inches. That's Lake Tahoe, 4 to 6 inches, right? That's Sacramento, 1.5 to 2 inches. Marin County already at an inch, right? So they're going to go easily 2 inches. San Francisco, 1 inch to an inch and a half. So that's just National Weather Service estimates. Here's that severe thunderstorm warning that happened earlier, about an hour ago, which would have been about 8:50. This morning, there was a severe thunderstorm warning up around Oroville Paradise, that Feather River area. Here is the winter storm warning. This is National Weather Service page out of Sacramento or Reno. I can't remember. This is the severe thunderstorm warning possibility, or just thunderstorm possibilities. I mean, these numbers are pretty aggressive. 50% chance, a 50-50 chance of a thunderstorm in Chico today. Not around Chico, but in Chico. A 62% chance of at Sacramento, 67% down the coast, and as much as 65% and 70% down towards Stockton. So thunderstorms are a real possibility today. That's on the advertisement. And then this is out of Los Angeles, Southern California as well. Let's take Los Angeles. Today, maybe a few scattered showers. and a few more scattered showers. And then by Saturday, a chance of a thunderstorm, a chance of a thunderstorm. Today, San Luis Obispo has a chance of a thunderstorm. Chance of thunderstorms tonight in Santa Barbara, and all across the board on Saturday for Los Angeles through San Luis Obispo. This is the wind lake advisory, Lake Mead. That's just going to show us some wind out in the deserts. So wind gusts could go up to 25, 35 miles an hour from this weather system. And in the Hawaiian Islands, we have that Kona low, and that Kona low, I keep talking about it, but it's kind of the backwards storm in Hawaii, right? Most of the weather comes from the trades, the westerlies. These winds are blowing the opposite direction, so you're looking at a backward storm. It's the biggest rainmaker by far in the islands, and it's a cold core low, which means there's more dynamics with it. It creates the winds are coming from this direction essentially. Normally the westerlies blow like this across the islands, and what's happening today and a little bit tomorrow is the winds are blowing this way, and they hit islands. They bring rain, obviously, and moisture from the subtropics, but also what you're seeing is these sides of the islands are the dry sides of the islands. So they're getting rain where they don't typically get ridiculous amounts of rain. And so this is the satellite enhanced version. And you can see the Kona low up here, and you can see the island chain. And this is just showing you how juicy the air is. It's going to get better though. And by the way, this is not the same system that we saw a couple weeks ago. In other words, it's the same type of system, but it doesn't appear to have the same oomph. This is the live radar showing the islands, and you can see kind of raining pretty hard right now just north of Honolulu, and then Hilo down here, the Big Island, the showers. But it's not it looks like a lot of moisture, and it is, but again, the rainfall forecasts, these are the forecast numbers, are expected to be, like in the heaviest areas. That's like, let's see if I can get this, 6 inches, I think is what we're expecting. And that's a lot of rain, 4 inches here, Hawaii, Honolulu. Let's see if I get that to go. They're looking at, I think, a couple inches. Big Island, 6 inches. That is a lot of rain, but it's not the 1 foot to 2 feet of rain that they got a while back. So I think they're going to be fine. It's just a matter of getting through the next couple of days, and then those flood watches will be dropped. And so then there's our system now. And what do you see? The thing I would say to you, it's a 2-part system. We talked about it yesterday. Here's 1, here's 2. It's a personality thing, right? This is a lower mid-latitude storm. That's why we're seeing it's a little bit warmer air mass. We're not seeing low snow levels. This has a lot of dynamics with it. This one has a lot of dynamics, but on top of that, it's got cold air coming in the back. So that's when the snow levels drop. So it's a 1-2 punch, and these systems combined they're falling into this upper level jet stream trough and setting us up all the way to Southern California with an unsettled weekend ahead with thunderstorms possible for everybody in the state as we go through the next couple of days. It's a very beneficial system, and I say beneficial because I don't see it as a flooding event. I don't see it as a avalanche danger event. I see it as we need all the water we can get event. So this is, let me see if I can pull this up a little bit here. Maybe I can. I'm going to load this in a little tighter. I just think it looks better. Less stuff on the page. I'm Bill Martin. Been doing this a long time. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. I think it helps if you hit the like button. I know, even if you don't like it, hit the like button. There might be an unlike button too. I don't even know. This is the air mass switching out. This is 500 millibars looking up at the atmosphere. We're down below looking up. It's a river on top of us. So this is showing you where the jet stream is. It's showing you what the temperatures look like. And so what we can see here is that blue area that's below. These are anomalies. So the reds were the above, blues are the below. And here we go into a below or average trend, and there's that first low, and then we get into tonight or tomorrow morning. There's that second low. There's Sunday afternoon. That's awesome. That is essentially the jet stream position and temperature. Those are the low snow levels. Then it breaks out. So that's on Monday. So this thing goes right through the weekend. And watch what happens here, which may not happen, but is awesome. So we get clipped here. This is on Wednesday of next week. But then watch what happens. Watch this next move, right? This is interesting, right here. Look at that. That is very interesting. That would be a very cold weather system, and that is towards next week. So the pattern appears to be pretty progressive. So we looked at temperatures in the upper atmosphere. Now we're going to look at lift and instability because we look at all this stuff. But you could do the temperature thing alone. We could do a forecast off that, right? Because we just don't know how much moisture there is or how much lift there is. We know what the temperatures are. We know it's going to be colder. Now we're going to look for the lift. This is the upper atmosphere. We're looking up. This is vorticity. All vorticity is spin. Spins counterclockwise or spins clockwise. And counterclockwise, which is this area here, it represents a low pressure center instability. And there's different values for that. You can assign values, vorticity maximums and things like that. This is the system coming in now. So this is vorticity at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet. And this is at Saturday night. And then it clears out. So ridge starts to build in. And then this clips on April 18th. And that's our next chance for something. Remember when that cold air dips in? And then look at this. So the models are, especially this one, they're the same models, different depictions. So look at that. That's all the way through April 24th. So if you were to look at this and just kind of go, is it Fantasyland? You bet it is. Is this Fantasyland? No, this is happening right now. The other stuff, though, is pretty maybe could happen Fantasyland. And that would be a really awesome April for us. So now we look, that was the fuel, the energy. We saw energy, we found temperature. Now we're going to find fuel. And so we go here, we back up, circle around us. Here we go, greens. Those purples, that's your atmospheric river, if you get it lined up in the right direction. And you can kind of see it. And the greens represent, higher amounts of moisture. The browns representing dry. This is from the surface to the jet stream, to 18,000 feet. So there's moisture around, and that's all the way through. Where are we here? We're on Tuesday. So there's moisture around throughout the weekend. Not a ton. This is the weekend storm. See how it dries out a little here? That's the cooler air coming in. Cooler air, the lower snow levels that holds less water. But there's still moisture. There's still, look at that. Look at that. That's that Wednesday thing. That looks promising. And then dries out. And then there's that inside clipper, but it's dry. And then there's moisture there. And that's all the way through April 23rd. So that's Fantasyland. This is not fact, but probably going to happen land. And that's through Sunday morning. Yeah. So that's moisture. There's moisture around. It's not dry. Now we're going to look at what the GFS model. I think we're looking at two models here, GFS and the Euro. This will be GFS. Now we're down at the ground. Sea level, pressure, rainfall. Sea level, that's where we are, 1013 millibars. We're down here and we're looking at what's happening underneath all that. Because all of that up there in the precipitable water is creating this actualized weather for us. So here comes today. This is this afternoon, thunderstorms. Look at the watersheds of West Branch, Feather River. Look at the snow in the mountains finally. That cooler air got here. That's tonight at 6 o'clock. Right? And you're like, whatever, Bill, that's not that great. It is great. It is great because typically we'd be getting nothing. But now that secondary low starts to slide in. This is Saturday morning. This thing's got game. Moisture's already primed. See it in front of the front. This is awesome. There's some thunderstorms there for sure, man. That's that Saturday, Sunday thunderstorm event for LA too. Wow, that's good. That's Saturday afternoon, evening. Low's still sitting there. Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. And then Fantasyland, there's a little bit more. Okay, so that is the GFS. This is the Euro, which is actually more accurate for this type of thing. It's a little more granular. So there's your thunderstorms. This is 11 a.m. this morning, about now actually. This is 5 o'clock tonight. See how it's pockety, red. That's right. That's instability. It's not a huge rain event aerial distribution wise, but it is a pretty good pattern for just pop-up bubbly showers and thunder showers and heavy rain. In that west slope, it'll be more consolidated. And the coastal hills too. This is 8 o'clock on Friday, tonight. And then tonight. And then tomorrow morning. They time out about the same. These are two different models, right? So they time this out about the same. This is just a little more aggressive. Look at that. That's the cold air. See how the snow popped up in the Trinity Alps? That's telling you the air mass is much cooler, much cooler. And that's that backup secondary low we talked about. Then it slips through. This is our best bet for real weather. This is on, I would say, I mean, when you're going, hey, dude, it's going to be nutty, I would say, yeah, it's got to be Saturday afternoon. I was going to say, I thought at one point it looked like it was going to be Friday evening, but it's mostly Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening. Yeah, Saturday looks pretty washy. And then there's Sunday morning. That's Sunday early morning. And then there's the snow. That's a snow event in the mountains. They're going to get 2 feet of snow. Okay. So you get the idea, right? Sunday looks like today, which would be scattered showers. Saturday just looks gnarly, like it's going to be a real event with lots of thunderstorms. Again, are you going to be dodging some raindrops? Yeah, you can probably you could probably go out to the putting range for 30 minutes, jump in and out of the car and do whatever you do, or go for a quick bike ride, just look at the radar. Because it's not going to be this deluge, but there'll be times like that, but then there'll be breaks. But Saturday morning through Saturday night into Sunday morning looks like, it's going to be more so, right? So Friday, today, Sunday, a lot alike. Saturday, more stormy like. So this is rainfall accumulation. Let's just get right to it. So this is through the weekend. So it's going to go in a couple inches of rain in the Bay Area, 5 inches of rain in the mountains, and then we get the break, and then we come back into it. I'm just going to load it all the way up through Fantasyland because this is pretty stunning, these numbers. So they backed off a little, but 6 inches of rain in the mountains, a couple inches of rain. All these numbers are going to get surpassed, especially in Marin County. They're already at an inch of rain, right? So that's showing us a really good storm outlook. I think this is Kuchera. They do this. This is snowfall estimation based on QPF, which is what I just showed you. This doesn't go like 1 foot of snow to 10 inches of rain. That's kind of used to be what we do. This actually uses temperature profiles in the atmosphere to determine really how much snow we got. So it's a better estimate. So you're looking at a foot of snow up around Lake Tahoe let's go back. So by Sunday, you're looking at a foot of snow. Shoot, Mammoth, 3 feet of snow through this weekend, right? I think Mammoth could get 3 feet of snow. And then we'll go all the way through just to take a peek. See what that is. Look at these numbers. That's pretty awesome. It's beneficial. This is all beneficial. All right. So that's a lot, right? I know. So what happens? The way I see it right now, today's today, there'll be thunderstorms. You're going to go, holy, you get under one, it's going to feel like the world's ending. It's going to be like it is right now outside your house where it's barely anything. That's today. Tomorrow is a front's going to come through. It's going to rain consistently in the morning, and then it's going to break off in the afternoon, but the sun's going to come out and start bubbling the clouds, and we'll get thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms on Saturday. Sunday will continue in that vein, but more widely scattered and less downloady in terms of just rain coming down all the time. Sunday will kind of be on and off again. I know I'm going on a limb. It's a hard thing to do, but I think that's how it goes. That's how I'm playing it. It'll change tomorrow, and we'll look at it tomorrow, but that's how it looks to me right now. This is up around Mount Shasta. You'll see the mountain off in the distance. This was a little earlier this morning. I went back an hour or two. Mount Shasta today is going to be in the 50s. Those above average temperatures are done for, man. We're done with those. This is, we are up in Fort Jones, and we're not going to see anything, right? Oh, yeah, wait a second. Yeah. I don't know, man. This is California north to south, by the way. We do this just to see what's going on. So we're starting in the north. We looked at Mount Shasta. Now we're looking at an area up around, well, let's go to Crescent City. They've got probably, I think a little better setup. And we just look at the weather and see what we said. We saw the rain coming down a little south of here. That's Crescent City. And that's what an incoming storm looks like. Isn't that beautiful? Wait. Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. Yeah. And it's kind of already bubbly, isn't it? Yeah. A little rain shaft just went through and it all hit the ground there. I think we're going to go, where are we going to go now? Let's see. We're going to go to, I think this is, out by Alturas. Yeah, this is over by Susanville. This is Honey Lake. And they had some pretty good rain this morning. They got a quarter inch to nearly a half inch. You'll see the rain start to come down here. Honey Lake is kind of out by Sierraville, north of Sierraville, and kind of out by, well, it's by Susanville. And then this is Mount Tamalpais, I believe. I think it is. And I just wanted to show you, or this, no, I don't know where that is. Well, let's see, let's find out. So we're still working our way south. We are at, and that's Magalia. That's up in Paradise. Yeah, so it's just rainy. It's rainy up there. They got a lot of rain already, almost an inch. This would be Mount Tam. Mount Tam's got almost an inch already too. So it's fun to see that. Mount Tam, you talk about rain magnet, right? This is the last hour, so last 45 minutes, hour. But I'm just like, wow, that's how they get an inch of rain in a couple hours. It just keeps coming down. And underneath this, down in Mill Valley or Larkspur, they're at a quarter inch, a little bit more. So when you get rain like this, your air quality does a nice little number here. Just gets awesomer. Oh, my plants are so stoked right now. They're so stoked. I am. Yeah, there's Bay Area. Nice. And then this is out towards Maxwell, which is normally looking at the Sutter Buttes. This is where the Sites Reservoir is going to be, I hope. And I was just thinking about Sutter. I kind of call them oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? See the wind? Did you see that wind shift? Let's do it again. Watch this. Watch the wind shift. You'll see it going that way, and then the shear. See that? That's called instability. That all wind shears are two different layers going two different directions, either vertically or horizontally. And so we saw that, didn't we? Saw the air going this way, and that's that system coming in. So it picked up a bit of spin in the atmosphere. Let's do that again. Can you see it? Watch there, and then wham, comes the other way. We're looking off towards Sutter Butte. Sutter, I kind of dissed him yesterday. Said he was kind of a dick, but I think he was. But he died. He died broken. Like he owned most of Northern California. And what happened after the gold rush? They discovered gold. He should be the richest guy on the planet. And what happened was hundreds of thousands of miners filled in, and he had leagues of land granted to him by the Spanish, and I think it was by the Spanish. Was it the Spanish or I think maybe the Mexican government gave it to him. I think the Mexican government did. But either way, the miners came in and just cannibalized his property, his livestock, everything, and he basically owned all of Northern California and was all taken from him. He wasn't able to hang on to it, and after years of legal battles, he ended up with almost nothing, and he died forgotten. And that's a parallel to Vallejo. General Vallejo, Mariano Vallejo, didn't like him either. They didn't like each other, right? And Vallejo had owned much of Sonoma, Marin, he owned everything too. Lots of it. I think he probably owned more than Sutter. And all his stuff was just taken from him systematically. So these two key figures in California history just got pummeled. I don't know, is that a metaphor? Right? I don't even know. I was just thinking about it. So I don't know if Sutter was a dick, but I think he was. Mariano Vallejo, I think, was a good guy. Soledad, that's right. For me, 300 years later, to talk like that, what an idiot. I don't know. But my impression. This is Salinas. And then this is Bakersfield. Let's see what those clouds look like. Beautiful. That Bakersfield, this is a good pattern for Bakersfield. Or maybe not. Let's see if we can get it to go. There it goes. That's pretty. God, I love that. Those hills, you can smell that. The rain's coming. Rain is coming. We know the air quality's good. We're down in, this is down in Verduga Peak. No, this is Santa Barbara, TV Hill. You can see the beach to the right. And the mission, we're kind of looking straight on the mission. God, I had a good ride there the other day. Hung out the mission a little bit just to get a vibe. I read Tears Before the Mass like 5 times, and Richard Henry Dana, I don't know. He he talks a lot about the mission, and it's the same mission. It's so amazing to be somewhere and read about things been there since the early 1800s, 1700s. This is Los Angeles, or basically Pasadena, getting their stuff. And then this is Carlsbad, waiting for the storm. I wonder what kind of car that is. Can't really. Can I zoom? Yeah. That's is that a door handle? That's a door on a car, right? Like, what's the story on that? Huh. Well, we're never gonna know, or maybe you know. These are the forecast highs for today. I think these are running a little high. They got it low 60s. Northern California is living in the low 60s at best. And then tomorrow, more cool air. That's that cooling. That's when the snow levels drop down. That's tomorrow, but tomorrow's going to be, right? Tomorrow's your Saturday. Tomorrow's going to have a lot of thunderstorms. So especially down in this Fresno, Tulare area because of the heat. Here is the national map. Here is Nature Snacks. There's our girl. Is she going? Oh, I wanted to show you this. That's what I wanted to show you. She just got up. I took a shot here. She got the baby. Look how fast they get big. This is Jackie. Look how fast the eagles grow. This was a couple hours ago. I just found it on the feed, but isn't that amazing? And she's a big bird, right? That nest is bigger than my arms. Yeah. It's at least 7 feet across. I think it's a big nest. They're big birds. She's eating a fish right there. Okay. Check the surf real quick. Went out yesterday after I talked to you. It was kind of fun. It was good to get in the water. The winds are blowing a lot of southwest, but the beach is kind of holding up. And then we're at the steamer lane. Kind of showers coming in there. Swells about 2 to 3, 3 to 4, maybe 3 to 4. And then Carlsbad today is going to go 67 degrees. I'm going fast on Nature Snacks because I ran out of time. And then this I thought was cool. This is this tubing hill at Mammoth. It's going to snow. They're going to get 3 feet of snow. You think? I think they might get 3 feet of snow. Look at this. That's the run. That look cool. So they just packed snow on. I think they show another shot of it. I'm going to die on this hill too. Come on. I want to see it move around. It looks like if I was a little kid and I had a little green tube, I'd want one with a little dragon head on it. Look at that. How fun is that? How fun is it? Like if I was a kid right now, I would just be living on that thing. And then Venice Beach. It's going to rain there too. They better put some stuff inside. So a beautiful day. It's just an unsettled weekend. That's how it is. So we talked about the severe thunder. I think thunderstorms are going to be the headline on this, as well as a couple feet of snow in the mountains. That's the headline. And then the bigger picture is the potential for rainfall down the road. The models, again, right, we know what we're going to get this weekend. Beyond that, you don't. But the indications are we could be in for a kind of a cool, wet weather pattern. Don't ride your electric bike on the sidewalk. There, I said it. Okay, see you guys back here. Goal is always to keep to, well, my goal is always to keep it to an hour.
And Victor and the rest of the Integrity crew, you.